Hello, critter protectors. Mr. Jim here, and welcome to Kids Animal Stories, a place where there's always a mystery and adventure around every single corner. If you love critters of all shapes and sizes, I need you on our Critter Protector team. Join our adventure as we learn about critters from around the world and in our backyards. Well, my friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go!
On the last episode, we saw that Sophie the red panda had quite the day yesterday. You see, she really wanted to make some friends with some playful monkeys, but unfortunately they disappeared into the forest before she even had a chance to say hello. She was full of disappointment, and sad red pandas, they're very, very sad. But she went to sleep wishing for a luck of change. Let's see what happens next. When Sophie woke up the next morning, she felt a little happier and actually a little bit more hopeful.
Maybe today will be my day,
she thought to herself.
Maybe my wish will come true. Mom, Dad, I think I'm gonna go look around for the monkeys. They might come back after all.
Okay, Sophie, just make sure you stay close to the den. We don't want you getting lost or hurt, Sophie's mom said. She gave her a little pat on her soft, fuzzy ears. Oh, they're so adorable. And Sophie scampered off. Sophie decided to head straight to the same spot she'd watched the monkeys yesterday. She peered through the bamboo and nothing. The forest trees were completely silent.
Oh, I guess my wish didn't come true after all.
She hung her head and started walking deeper into the forest.
I guess I'll just try to find something else to do. I think I'll just try to explore my favorite little stream.
Sophie liked listening to the water rush by. She also liked looking for little fish, and maybe another critter would at least be there to chat.
Hi, little fish. How's your morning going? Do you have any exciting plans or friends?
I bet you do. Sophie was talking to the fish that swam by, even though she knew fish couldn't talk. But she was desperate for a friend. Just as she was about to turn around and go back to her home, she heard a sound behind her.
What could that sound be?
She wondered. Just as she turned her head and looked across the stream, she saw a red panda cub, just like her, scamper out from a small bush.
Whoa! You scared me there,
said Sophie.
Oh, hi. Sorry about that. My name is Ruby.
Ruby was a little bit smaller than Sophie and seemed a little bit younger. She ran over and tripped over a stick, tumbling right into Sophie's paw.
Oops! Sorry about that,
she said.
It's okay,
replied Sophie.
I'm just happy to beat someone else out here. I've been searching for a friend. I would love a friend too,
Ruby said.
Do you want to go exploring together? Absolutely. That sounds amazing.
Sophie was so excited, and the two headed off into the forest. Sophie and Ruby hit it off right away, and they spent the rest of the day exploring the forest together. They climbed trees and chased each other through the bamboo stalks. Having the time of their lives, Sophie had never been so happy. They were having so much fun that they didn't even realize they'd covered quite a bit of ground and were very far from home.
Ruby? Do you recognize this part of the forest?
Sophie said hesitantly. No, I don't. She didn't quite seem to realize that this was a big problem.
Ruby, I think we're lost,
Sophie said in a panic. Sophie and Ruby were scared, but these two red pandas knew they had to find their way home. They searched for a while, and then they heard the sound of running water again.
Maybe this is the river.
Sophie shouted and ran ahead. After climbing up a nearby tree, she looked down. She quickly realized that it was not the river. What they had heard was a waterfall.
Ruby, it's not the river!
Sophie called down from the tree. Does it look like it's connected to the river? Ruby asked. As Sophie looked a little more, she saw that the waterfall was just surrounded by a small pool below. The river was nowhere to be seen.
No, it isn't!
Sophie called down and started climbing down the tree.
I don't know what we're going to do, Ruby. It'll start to get dark soon.
But just as the friends were losing hope, Ruby perked up her ears. Do you hear that?
Ooh, 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 ooh. It's monkeys! It's the monkeys I saw yesterday!
Sophie couldn't contain her excitement. She started running towards the sound and Ruby followed. Within minutes, they were face to face with the monkeys.
Hi there. Sorry to bother you. We've been playing in the forest together. We just met by the river and we were having a lot of fun and, oh well, we are lost.
Sophie was talking a little faster than her words were able to get out.
Oh, you're lost. Why didn't you say so? We can help for sure.
Since these monkeys had been near Sophie's den the day before, all three monkeys knew exactly the way back. The girls followed the monkeys through the trees, past the waterfall, in and out of bamboo, and past the river. Then finally, after what seemed like forever, they spotted a familiar grove of bamboo and it smelled familiar to them. They knew they were close. They began to run as fast as they could.
We're almost there. I can see my den,
Ruby called out. When they both made it home safe and sound, Sophie and Ruby's parents were overjoyed to see them.
Mom, Dad, I'm so sorry. I got lost and I met a friend, but we needed help and the monkeys let us home and...
Sophie was rambling 100 miles a minute. Okay. We are just glad you're okay, said both her parents as they wrapped her up in a furry hug. From that day on, Sophie and Ruby were the best of friends. They spent their days exploring the forest and learning about the fascinating world around them. They just decided to stay a little bit closer to their dens and their parents. We'll be right back after a brief word from our sponsor. Great job, you listened all the way to the end, and now I want to say hey to some critter protectors. I want to say hey to Adam from California, Stuart from Minnesota, Skylar from Ontario, Emily also from Ontario, hey Caleb in Boulder, Colorado, Alex in Virginia, Miles in Maine, and Abel in Wisconsin. I'm so glad that you're all critter protectors. We could not protect all the critters in the world without you, my friends. Well, you have a super duper day, and I will see you on our next adventure. Bye!